So it's time for another video on the channel. It is Everton news and rumours. Now, since I've been away, there's a lot that's been going on, a lot that's been mentioned, and a lot to talk about on the channel today. Now, if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and tap that bell for more notifications as we end to upload on the channel. And let's get into what is a quick roundup of the news and rumours, and then the more detailed news and rumours. So let's start off with the quick roundup. Denise Barrett-Baxendale, Grant Ingles and Graham Sharp have left the roles as changes are being made to the board of directors. Bill Kenwright is due to stay on as Everton chairman. Tom Davies has rejected a new deal at Everton and will leave Everton once his contract expires at the end of the month. And Seamus Coleman is set to sign a new one-year deal. Everton will pocket £2.5 million from Manchester City after John Stones won the Champions League due to a bonus in the deal. Now, there's one thing that I do want to talk about, and it comes at Bill Kenwright. Now, Bill Kenwright is set to remain as chairman of Everton Football Club as the club continues to progress through a period of transition. Majority shareholder Farhad Mashiri will join the board as a non-executive director as part of a raft of changes that will follow the departure of the three directors last week. Colin Chong, who is currently overseeing the development of the club's new waterfront stadium, will also join the board alongside John Spellman, a chartered accountant and Everton supporter, and current director of finance James Marianak has also been promoted to a more senior role. Now, it's basically what this is stating is that Bill Kenwright is only there for the period, like a short period. It's not going to be anything long term, but we hope it's nothing long term anyway. And yeah, he's just due to stay on as the chairman for the short time. But the main factor is Denise Barrett-Baxendale and co have gone. So it's just the last piece of the jigsaw maybe to get rid of Bill Kenwright. But let the period of transition happen first. But on Kenwright remaining the chairman, Mashiri said, "I wanted Bill to remain as our chairman during this important period of transition for the club, and I'm delighted that he's accepted my request to do so. Bill's knowledge and vast experience are crucial for us as we look to deliver on external investments and position Everton for a successful future." So it's just a period of transition, nothing too much to worry about. But let me know your thoughts on Bill Kenwright being set to remain as Everton chairman. But now, let's move on into the more detailed news and rumours for Everton Football Club. So a news and rumour that's come in, to be honest, is the fact that Everton face legal action from Leicester, Leeds, Southampton and Burnley that could run into tens of millions of pounds if they lose the case for an alleged breach of the Premier League's financial fair play rule. The Guardian understands the case will be heard on the 25th of October. Everton's FFP charge is understood to relate to a tax issue surrounding loans to the club's new stadium at Bramley Moor Dock. Everton are confident that they'll beat the charge. Now, for me, it's just something expected. This is the most Everton thing. You know, we have seen the Southampton, Leicester, Burnley, Leeds. We're all moaning about Everton, you know, FFP-wise anyway. And this is just the news that's come to light. That case will be heard on the 25th of October, which is reported by The Guardian. Now, another one which is like for like is the fact that Carlo Ancelotti is suing Everton in a high court 2 years after leaving as manager. It relates to general commercial contracts and arrangements and is listed to be heard in the commercial court, which is also reported by The Guardian. Now, stuff like this which is coming out, it's a no surprise for me. This is the most Everton thing that could happen. You know, Carlo Ancelotti wanting to sue Everton, you know, Leeds, Southampton, Burnley, Leicester, moaning about Everton and the FFP due to the loans of the Bramley Moor Dock Stadium, which is the new stadium that's being built. It's the most Everton thing that you're probably known of to date, but hopefully we can beat the cases and beat the charges and, you know, and the accusations running around from the clubs and Ancelotti, and just have a period of transition where, you know, we've got nothing to worry about. But let me know your thoughts on that one in the comments section down below. So it is another news and rumours in terms of Everton and Nottingham Forest are both interested in signing Besiktas defender Romain Saiss. Now, he is a former Wolverhampton Wanderers player as well. If you want to look statistically into him, 25 league games, 1 goal, 2 assists. He can play centre-half and defensive midfielder. He is 33 years of age, however. Now, we are going to talk about the 3 periods of injury that he's had this season that's missed a total of 9 games. So, He has had the thigh muscle strain, which kept him up for 18 days, which has missed 3 games. He's had the hamstring injury, which has kept him off for 16 days, missing another 3 games. And he's had heel pain, which is 18 days absence, missing another 3 games. Now, for me, 33 years of age, having periods of injury and absence, it's something I would not go for. So for me, it's a deal where I'd say no. I mean, if you're looking at stuff like that, you may as well go and sign Connor Cody for 4.5 million when we had the option to take him. But for me, it's a big no on the front of Romain Saiss. So let me know your thoughts on that one in the comment section down below. And let's move on into another potential incoming, which is a news and rumour. So another incoming, which is a potential incoming anyway, is the fact that Everton are interested in signing former goalkeeper Joel Robles on a free transfer. That's one report. But Alan Myers has also reported that Joel Robles is in talks of Leeds United over a new contract in the club. So, in terms that the Athletic have reported that we're after Joel Robles, Alan Myers has reported that Leeds United are in talks over Joel Robles signing a new contract. Now, Joel Robles has played 4 games for Leeds United in the Premier League, conceding 11 goals. 1 FA Cup game, conceding 2 goals. 1 Carabao Cup game, conceding 1 goal. And 1 EFL Trophy game, which is like the lower division game, conceding 3 goals. And another Premier League 2 game, conceding another goal. Now, as a backup for Asmi, like after Begovic is gone, it would make sense to bring in Joel Robles. But what about Joel Virginia? You know, he's come back off his loan spell. What about him? Where does it spell for him at the club if Everton were to sign Joel Robles? Now, for me, I think that we should just have Joel Virginia as a number 2. You know, let him learn the trade a bit and, you know, get that experience for the inevitability of us probably in a couple of seasons' time having to sell Jordan Pickford, because I'm not being funny. Jordan Pickford will be at that stage of his career where he will want to play Europe. I know he loves it at Everton at the moment, but is Europe something that he might want to do? Who knows? But for me, Joel Robles, a number 2, it'd be a decent signing for me, you know, to see the return of Joel Robles at Everton Football Club. But I just genuinely think as well, you know, probably give that spot to Joel Virginia. Maybe. Let me know your thoughts on that one. So this is a bit of news coming into Everton in terms of Dele Alli will return to Everton in pre-season. Sean Dyche has already had 1 round of talks with the former England international and believes the player still wants to push himself. This has been reported by Paul Joyce. Now for me, Dele Alli, if he's the Dele Alli of old and he wants to play and wants to do well, then I wouldn't mind taking the hit on the bonuses that we'd have to pay Tottenham Hotspur. But I think looking into it now, you have to have pre-season to look at Dele Alli and go, is this the player that we want at Everton Football Club? The Dele Alli of old, yes. The Dele Alli that's lost his head a bit and, you know, at Besiktas on loan and stuff like that. For me, I wouldn't take Dele Alli and it wouldn't be worth the bonuses and things like that. But I'm sure Sean Dyche will have a level head on what he wants to do in terms of Dele Alli and looking into him in pre-season. But yeah, it's another one. Let me know your thoughts on that one. And let's move on into an outgoing potentially, which has been news and rumoured for Everton Football Club. So a bit of news in terms of outgoing. Well, it's not news, but it's a bit of news and rumours type of thing. Amadou Onana is apparently unhappy at Everton and wants to leave. Chelsea and Arsenal are showing interest, which has been reported by Newsblad Sport, I think it's called. Now, it's also been reported that Chelsea reopened negotiations with Everton to sign Amadou Onana, and Everton are asking for £55 million. It's also been reported by someone else that Man United are considering Amadou Onana. He is on their list. That has been reported by David Ornstein. And it has also been reported by Hammers News that David Moyes is serious about signing Everton midfielder Amadou Onana, and they're willing to sell to West Ham, as in Everton are willing to sell to West Ham for the right price, which has been claimed by a journalist on Hammers News. So, there's a lot of things to talk about and digest. Amadou Onana is apparently unhappy at Everton and is somewhat wanting to leave. So Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United and West Ham are all in for Amadou Onana. I could only see Amadou Onana going to West Ham in terms of Declan Rice leaving West Ham. That would be a perfect replacement for them. Man United signing Onana, would that happen if Scott McTominay was to leave? Possibly. or Fred. You try and look at it that way. Arsenal getting Onana would probably make sense in itself with Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka and stuff like that. But Chelsea, on the other hand, it'd make no sense to have Onana. But at the same time, you're looking at Chelsea Football Club and you're seeing like Mendy, Edouard Mendy and people like that going to these Saudi clubs. So it's a big one to digest. Loads of clubs are in for Onana. Let me know your thoughts on what you think of Onana as an Everton player. For me, I just don't think he fits the Everton type of way. I mean, I looked at the Bournemouth game alone in terms of that being a massive big hitter for us in terms of staying up and being 6'5" and unable to win a header. Sometimes, you look through the season and you can have that big hitting moments where you go, this is like the type of player that we want at Everton Football Club. But at the same time, he's probably spent the majority of his time cheerleading as well. So let me know your thoughts on that one. And who do you think that Amadou Onana would go to if he was to leave Everton Football Club? So there is a new potential outgoing which has been rumoured in terms of Ellis Sims. Now Sunderland are keeping an eye on Ellis Sims' situation due to the fact that Everton are weighing up their options, which has been reported by Chronicle Live. Ipswich Town are interested in signing Everton forward Ellis Sims. There's a widespread interest with him, with Everton looking to raise money this summer to help fund their own incomings. A decision on Ellis Sims' future is expected to be made shortly, which has been reported by The Athletic. Now, Ellis Sims spent the first half of the season on loan at Sunderland, having 17 appearances, 7 goals, 2 assists in the Championship. And then he got recalled back in January, making 11 appearances and scoring 1 goal. Now, we're going to look at this properly. Ellis Sims, is he good enough for the Premier League? Probably not. Is he good enough at the Championship? Definitely. Now, for me, he's 22 years of age, so he's still got a lot to learn. But I don't think he's Premier League ready. I don't think he's Everton Football Club ready either. So, would it be a bad idea to sell Ellis Sims? Probably not. In my eyes, wouldn't be a bad decision at all. I think going back to the Championship, doing what he does best, is something to look at. If you look at Dyche's options this season, he's opted with Damari Gray up front over Ellis Sims, Neil Maupay up front over Ellis Sims. He even at one point probably opted for Michael Keane up front over Ellis Sims, and that's just a bit of a joke, by the way. I'm not saying he's seriously done that, but for me, I think Sean Dyche looks at Ellis Sims and says that he's not good enough, and he's probably better spent in the Championship next season. Let me know your thoughts on that one. And this one is a bit of a more of a news front for Everton Football Club. So this next one coming in is a bit of a news, but a bit of an incoming rumour at the same time. With Everton manager Sean Dyche, he's indicated he needs a striker to bolster the Everton squad. But the club will table a bid this week for Victor Gyökeres from Coventry City. They will rival Sporting Lisbon for the striker, the Swedish striker, 25 years of age, 22 goals, 12 assists in 50 appearances. Now, if you look at it, good Championship player, unproven in the Premier League. I am going to put the bad with the good. Scored 22 goals and 12 assists in the Championship, but if you look at the news, people speaking about Gyökeres, it's only been positive news about Victor Gyökeres. Now, is there something that you'd look at in terms of Gyökeres, or would you say he's probably better at Sporting Lisbon? I don't know. I honestly don't know. He's a very good striker, Championship proven. Is he probably good enough to take the step up to the Premier League? I mean, the only time would tell is if Victor Gyökeres was to move to a Premier League team, or in essence, Everton Football Club. Let me know your thoughts on Victor Gyökeres in the comments section down below. But this one is a potential transfer incoming, which is a rumour. It has been reported that Everton are interested in signing striker Alfredo Morelos as a free agent due to the fact he's not renewing his contract with Rangers. Now, for the people saying Alfredo Morelos has lost it, it's wrong. It's 12 goals, 7 assists in all competitions this season. Now, he's 27 years of age. I think his head's probably lost a bit, He did have the hype of playing for Rangers and, having these money moves, years prior to what's happened now. And Rangers have lost him for nothing. So, is it the case he's lost his head? Would it be a player that Everton Football Club would take to try and sort his head out? Even a 12 goals and 7 assists contribution, it's still not a bad return. But would it be a return that's good enough for the Premier League? A Premier League standard team, as you know, even in terms of that. He's played Champions League football, he's played obviously for Rangers as well, in the whole Scottish Premier League, the League Cups, things like that. He's had 7 yellow cards in all competitions and 1 red card, so you know, he is known as a bit of a hothead, the Colombian international. But if there was one person who would stay at Alfredo Morelos to Everton Football Club, it would be Yerry Mina. So if he was to come to Everton, it'd probably be due to a conversation he's probably had with Yerry Mina, you know, due to them both being Colombian international players. Let me know your thoughts on that one. Would you like to see Alfredo Morelos come to Everton? Let me know in the comment section down below. But this one is a bit of news, but a bit of an outgoing at the same time. But yeah, this one is something that you'll want to listen to, especially due to it being about Alex Iwobi. So this one's a bit of news, but is it about a potential outgoing at the same time in regards to Alex Iwobi? Alex Iwobi is contemplating a potential departure from Everton. Iwobi has admitted he would like to have a taste of Champions League football again, which is reported by SoccerNet. Now, I don't know if you guys will laugh at that or not. For me, it's quite comical because I don't think he's good enough to play in the Champions League. You know, he was probably best in centre midfield. I think for me, Alex Iwobi has too many misplaced passes. Sometimes a lack of effort. Sometimes doesn't want to know. And in terms of that, doesn't spell what is required to play in the Champions League. Hence why he's at Everton Football Club, no disrespect. But not FC Barcelona or Arsenal or Manchester City or someone like that. So let me know your thoughts on Alex Iwobi in the comments section down below. And this one is one where we're going to speak about a potential outgoing again, but it's been reported by the Mirror Football. So this one's a potential outgoing, and it is for England's #1 Jordan Pickford. It's been reported by the Mirror Football that Manchester United are preparing a 45 million bid for goalkeeper Jordan Pickford. Now, it's a big one because I wouldn't take 45 million. I'd say 80 million. England international, England's #1, plays in the Premier League. You know, he's established first team goalkeeper, but also he would not be an established first team #1 at Manchester United due to them having David De Gea. It's baffling. It really is baffling for me, and I wouldn't want to see Jordan Pickford leave to go to Manchester United. Could it possibly end his career? Possibly, to a point to the detriment of the fact of he might lose his #1 spot because he's not playing week in, week out. But would he want to play Champions League football or, you know, play in Europe? It's a question that stands for Jordan Pickford and what his ambitions are as a goalkeeper and the rest of his career. Let me know your thoughts on that one in the comment section down below. This one is quite an interesting one. It's a player I don't really have much knowledge about, so I am going to go on based on statistics on this player. But if you guys have seen this one play, let me know in the comment section down below and tell me what he's actually like so I can gather a better understanding of this next potential incoming, and it's a rumour. So this next one is a potential incoming, with Everton being interested in Boulaye Dia. Until July 15th, Dia would cost 25 million euros due to a release clause which did become valid after his 15th goal of the season. Now, Boulaye Dia did score 16 goals and 6 assists and register 6 assists in the Serie A in 33 appearances. He can play as an attacking midfield, centre forward, left wing. And for me, 26 years of age, don't know much about him though. But I think, statistically looking at it, playing 2,523 total minutes, 16 goals, 6 assists, probably something that you look at within a striker. Now, moving on into his injury history, he's had a knee problem and a calf problem in the season just gone. So, the knee problem kept him out for 16 days, missing 4 games, and his calf problem has kept him out for 10 days, missing 2 games. You know, he's played for Villarreal as well. So, in terms of that, it's probably a signing where you'd look at it and go, okay, would you take a gamble on Boulaye Dia? Statistically, I would personally. 26 years of age, if the knee injury is not severe, and, you know, he doesn't have anything problems with his knees over the summer or anything like that, I'd take Boulaye Dia and I'd chance him. Statistically wise anyway. But as I say, I've not seen him play, so I wouldn't be able to comment further on that one. But if anyone has seen Boulaye Dia play, let me know in the comment section down below and let me know what he is like. Now, this next one is a bit weird because it's about 4 players from Leeds United, the potential incomings to Everton Football Club. So this next one is a potential incoming of 4 Leeds United players. Jack Harrison to Everton, Wilfred Gnonto to Everton, Crescencio Somerville to Everton, and Tyler Adams are all rumoured to join Everton Football Club. Now Everton are in talks with Jack Harrison and Wilfred Gnonto of Leeds. Jack Harrison has a release clause of £16 million. That was reported by Jack Talbot. Everton want to sign Leeds United winger Crescencio Somerville, which was reported by Tele Football. Everton hope to finalise a deal for Rodrigo as early as next week. And Everton have inquired for Leeds midfielder Tyler Adams, along with Brighton, Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest. That is 5 different players that Everton are rumoured to sign. Now this one is a bit mad. It's a bit crazy. So we're going to break it down a little bit. Jack Harrison, no-brainer. 6 goals, 10 assists. 26-year-old winger, can play on the right, can play on the left, can play as an attacking midfielder. Would it work for Everton? No. Potentially, because for me though, I think predominantly being a left winger, Dwight McNeil, that is his position, so I wouldn't want him to replace Dwight McNeil, but would I have him on the right hand side? Yes, 100%. Now the Wilfred Gnonto one is a bit mad in itself, because he can play on the right, he can play on the left, he can play as a centre forward as well, but he's predominantly a left winger, which is again Dwight McNeil's position. He can play on the right wing as well. For me, if there's a predominantly right winger, you know, you take him all day long, but his strongest position being on left wing is something that you wouldn't want to chance unless you have an established first team 11. Now Crescencio Somerville, on the other hand, is someone who I would look at. 21 years of age, promising right winger. Now that would only happen in my eyes if the departure of Damari Gray became a thing and it was to happen. You know, for me, I would take Crescencio Somerville. I'll take them all. I'll take Harrison, Gnonto and Somerville all together and have, you know, 2 people for the left wing, 2 people for the right wing, get rid of Damari Gray, you know, but I'll keep Dwight McNeil at the same time. So as much as you'd love to have all of them, it's like who goes, who stays and all that good stuff. Now, the Rodrigo deal, I'm pretty sure Rodrigo is 32 years of age, but he's a very good striker. He's a very good, you know, number 10 as well. Would I have Rodrigo? As a backup maybe, but nothing established in the first team. The wage is going to be a problem. We're not going to be able to sell him on for a high amount of money because of his age and things like that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the 4 players I've mentioned so far. But now it's time to move on separately about midfielder Tyler Adams. Fucking hell, man. Right, we'll start in 3, 2, 1. So including the fact Everton have inquired for midfielder Tyler Adams. Now he is a general, and I think that's only going to happen if the departure of Amadou Onana was to happen. Now you've seen that Chelsea, Man United, I think it was, West Ham, Arsenal are all looking at Amadou Onana. But the fact that we're looking for Tyler Adams and looking at Tyler Adams is something that is very, very good. You know, the USA international defensive midfielder, 24 years of age, who's still young as well. But I'm going to highlight an injury here, which is a big problem for me. Now, he's had a hamstring injury, which has stopped him from playing. Well, he's missed 12 games of the season due to a hamstring injury. Kept him out for 102 days, to be exact. Now, for me, Tyler Adams is a very, very good player, but if you can keep him fit and things like that, then it's a no-brainer. I'd have him all day long. But the fact that we complain about injuries and complain about things that happen, you know, to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, to Yerry Mina, to players like that, and for me, I just don't want a general in midfield who's our best player only when fit, you know, and plays half a season or misses, you know, plays plays 2/3 of the season, things like that. I just want someone who's fit. You know, if he's injured 1 game, 2 games, fine. Injuries happen, injuries occur, but for me, Tyler Adams would be a big hitter as long as he, you know, can shake off what's going on and sort out that problem and manage to keep himself fit. It would be a no-brainer, Tyler Adams to Everton Football Club. Let me know your thoughts on them 5 Leeds United players. I know I said it's 4, I apologise, it's 5. Let me know your thoughts on them in the comment section down below. But now is another rumoured incoming to Everton Football Club. So this next one is a potential incoming, and Everton are one of several Premier League sides looking at Ainsley Maitland-Niles after he has become a free agent. And that was reported by Jack Talbot. Now, Ainsley Maitland-Niles can play right back, centre mid, left back, defensive midfielder. Very, very versatile player. 25 years of age, but he's looking to resurrect his career in essence. Now, there was that big thing with him at Arsenal where I think it actually was us he was set to go to, I think. And he put a tweet out saying that he just wants to play because the move got broken down and things like that. I think the fact of the matter is, though, he does need to play for a team that's established. He does need to find his position, whether it's right midfield, right back, defensive midfield, centre midfield. Ideally, I wouldn't play him right back because you've got Coleman and Patterson there. For me, he's going to be more of a defensive midfielder and someone who I'd like to see. But if Maitland-Niles was to come in, it probably would spell the departure of Alex Iwobi or someone like that. And you've got to realise as well, we do have James Garner, who's a very good player as well. 27 appearances, 1 assist. You know, in all competitions, and that competition that the one assist came in was the Premier League even. But for me, would you take the gamble on Ainsley Maitland-Niles? Let me know in the comment section down below. For me, certain aspects would have to happen. Alex Iwobi would probably be gone from Everton Football Club if that was to happen. I think, you know, you'd look at it and say, that's who I would have. I wouldn't have them both there. But in cases of that, would you take Maitland-Niles, Everton Football Club? Personally, I probably wouldn't. There's better options out there and better for your money. But the fact that it'd be a free transfer as well, and an English player, if you can revitalise his career, it might be a Sean Dyche signing. And he has won trophies as well, so probably, I don't know. I don't really know. Would you take the gamble, though, on Ainsley Maitland-Niles? But this next one is another incoming, but it's also a big one as well. So this next one is a big one, which is a potential rumoured incoming. Everton and West Ham have started tentative talks for Inter Milan forward Joaquin Correa in recent weeks, which was reported by the Gazzetta. Now, Joaquin Correa, in my eyes, he's had 947 minutes with 26 appearances. He's never going to get in over Lukaku or, you know, Lautaro Martinez or Edin Dzeko. He essentially is the 4th choice striker at the club. Now, he can play as a number 10, he can play as a striker. 4 goals, 3 assists in all appearances, 28 years of age. Would you take Joaquin Correa? I mean, for me, if he can, I don't know. I don't really know. I'd like to say yeah. I'd like to really say yeah. Would you take the Argentine? I'd like to say yeah. But being 4th choice striker at Inter Milan, I don't know. It's a hard gamble and it's hard to take. That's all I can really say. I'm not going to big someone up that's not played much minutes and he spent the majority of the time coming off the bench. Let me be honest with you. He's played for Inter Milan, who are Champions League finalists, you know, and stuff like that. I understand. But the fact of the matter is, he's 4th choice striker. You can't really comment on someone who's played 26 games but only played 947 minutes in the Serie A. And plus, if you look at it as well, the Serie A is a lot different from the Premier League. The styles changes, it's a lot quicker. You know, you don't have so much time on the ball and things like that. So I don't really know. But how much would you pay for Joaquin Correa if he was to join Everton Football Club? Let me know in the comment section down below. But this one, the next one, is an outgoing that probably people, well, it's not confirmed outgoing, but it's a rumoured outgoing that people probably love to hear. So an outgoing that you should love to hear, which is a rumour, but I am going to knock off 2. So the first one you guys will really love. Everton have already held preliminary talks about selling Neal Maupay, with a number of clubs in Ligue 1 and Serie A being interested. Neal Maupay is frustrated with his lack of involvement. So that's the first one. And to me, I'm not even going to speak about Neal Maupay, because if he wants to go, good riddance, see you later. I'd be happy if Maupay was to go, to be honest. The second one, though, Celta Vigo want to sign Andre Gomez. You've got the green light from Rafa Benitez and are working on a deal. And Lille are also interested and wanting to sign Andre Gomez and will try everything to strike a deal. However, Everton have a real will to keep the player. Now, Andre Gomez is a player I want to talk about because he's another one. You know, he was out on loan to Lille. He seems to have found his head and where he wants to be at, but he loves Everton Football Club as well. So in terms of that, would you keep Andre Gomez? Now, if it was the Andre Gomez that was on loan from Barcelona before that leg break, absolutely, I'd love to keep him. But for me, pre-season will tell and time will tell if Andre Gomes is the player that Everton Football Club need. Now this, I forget about the loan players coming back and how it could spell for Everton Football Club. But if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm that type of person who would I'd love to keep Andre Gomes, but only if he is that player that was on loan at FC Barcelona and not the one after his leg break, of course. Now this next one though is a rumoured incoming, but let me know your thoughts on Neal Maupay and Andre Gomes in the comments section down below. So this next potential incoming, which has been rumoured, is potentially a bit of a mad one, but it's one that's probably stemmed from out of nowhere. Now I know nothing at all of this player, so I'm going to go statistically about him. But Lyon want €15 million for Romain Favre. I think that's how you say his name. Favre? I don't know how to say his name properly. I probably butchered it like 3-4 times. But Lyon want €15 million for Romain Favre, as FC Lorient want to permanently sign the player. Everton, Crystal Palace and Fulham are all interested in the player. Now, he's predominantly a right midfielder. He can play attacking mid, centre mid. 5 goals, 4 assists and 26 appearances. Well, 27 appearances if you want to include the Coupe de France. For me, I probably wouldn't go near him. Statistically, I wouldn't go near him. And that's just me being honest. With Andre Gomes being in the mix, he's played against Oryx as a centre midfielder, Angus SCO as a centre midfielder, played for Lyon against FC Lorient as a centre midfielder even. For me, I wouldn't touch him with a barge pole. I wouldn't go near him. I just think there's better options out there than Romain Favre. And I think, if you look at Andre Gomes, he's our player. He could be potentially a better option than him. Abdoulaye Correa is probably better than him. James Garner definitely probably is better than him statistically. But his predominant position is a right midfielder. So would you bring him in as a backup to Damari Gray? Probably. But would you want someone? I don't know. The Ligue 1 style of football is weird as well in terms of it's a lot different to the Premier League. It's not the same. So I don't really know. For me, you've just got to take a gamble, haven't you? If the fact of the matter is, if you're going to sign a player, you've got to take a gamble, especially if they're coming from abroad, definitely. But let me know your thoughts on that one, especially in the comment section down below. But if you have seen him play, let me know in the comments as well. But this next one is a bit of a mad one in terms of a potential incoming which has been rumoured. But it's mad, and I'll explain in depth. So this next one is a potential rumoured incoming, which is the fact that Everton are preparing a serious offer for Ferdi Kadioglu. Now Ferdi Kadioglu currently plays for Fenerbahce, and he's registered 4 goals, 5 assists in 48 appearances in all competitions. Now, he can play right back, right mid, and left wing. Now, hear this out. Played 1 game as a left winger and registered 2 goals. But he's had 4 assists from right back, 2 goals from right back, and 1 assist from left back. It's hard to comprehend, really. It's a bit of a guy who can play anywhere, who doesn't really have a set position. He can play on the right, either side on the right or the left. Would you take him? It's about taking a chance. So, in essence, would that be the transitional period for Seamus Coleman to finally have his last season at Everton Football Club and have his retirement, and bring in Ferdi Kadioglu? Let Nathan Patterson excel a bit more, because we all know how good Nathan Patterson could be. It's potential there, especially potential there. Would you like to see Ferdi Kadioglu come to the club? I mean, for me, it's a no-brainer. It probably takes the strain off Seamus Coleman and the amount of games you'd have to play. Probably let him have a bit more of a coaching role in terms of developing Ferdi Kadioglu and Nathan Patterson and allowing them to settle into their positions at Everton Football Club. But could Kadioglu be better than Mikalenko? And, that's probably a left back there as well. So much to tell, but he's a player that can play on the right or the left anyway. But is he good at it? If anyone has seen him play, is he good at it? But statistically, he looks phenomenal. But anyone could look good statistically and look phenomenal. But let me know in the comment section down below. And this next one is also a bit of a strange one in terms of Everton and Sheffield United. So this next one is a potential rumoured incoming, and as I said, it's a bit mad between Everton and Sheffield United. Now, Sheffield United are reluctantly willing to listen to offers for Everton target Ilman NDI this summer. NDI, I don't really know how to say his name properly, but we'll call him NDI. Now, he's a very good one who I'd look at taking. 23 years of age, 15 goals, 12 assists in all competitions, so he can create, he can score goals. Would it lead to a 4-3-3 with him playing up front on his own? I don't know. There's some, he's 23 years of age, so he's young, so to excel that much in the Championship, I'd rather have Ndai over Correa. And I know that sounds stupid, and I know it sounds baffling, but I'd rather take someone with a bit of youth. But at the same time, is he like an Ellis Sims type of player where he's good in the Championship but wouldn't excel in the Premier League? There's so much chances that you've got to take on signing players, and Ndai could be the one for Everton Football Club. Let me know your thoughts on Ndai, and would you like to see him come and wear a blue shirt at Everton Football Club? Do you think he's good enough to wear the blue shirt at Everton Football Club? Let me know on that one in the comments section down below. But this next one is another rumoured incoming to Everton Football Club. So this next one is a potential rumoured incoming to Everton Football Club, and it's of the name of Samuel Illing Jr. Now, Everton, West Ham and Fulham are all interested in the Juventus winger, Samuel Illing Jr. The 19-year-old English winger could receive possible offers this transfer window. Now, for me, it's a bit of a crazy one, because if you look at it, it spells like Damari Gray vibes, but could Samuel Illing Jr. be the case of Everton Football Club? Now, former Chelsea youth player, so why doesn't that surprise me? He's former Chelsea youth. Chelsea have about 120 youth players anyway a season. But Samuel Illing Jr. has scored 6 goals and 4 assists in all appearances, in all competitions, that is. And, he played in the Serie C, Serie A, the Europa League, the Coppa Serie C, the Champions League and the Italian Cup. So, it's a case of, would Everton go in for the 19-year-old England international and have him as a backup to Dwight McNeil? Maybe it's a possibility. It is a case of the fact that, though, would Samuel Illing Jr. be willing to come to Everton Football Club whilst the period of transition is made to make Everton a better Everton? Now, if anyone has seen Samuel Illing Jr. play, let me know in the comment section down below, and let me know if he's any good as well, because he's someone who potentially could be a rising star as an England international. But this next one is about a potential departure from Everton Football Club. So this next one is a potential departure from Everton Football Club, and it is that Al Hilal want to sign forward Damari Gray from Everton Football Club. A delegation from Al Hilal will be in London next week for negotiations for Damari Gray. Now, could you swindle Al Hilal out of 15-20 million for Damari Gray? Because for me, I'd take that all day long. And you could probably go and sign Samuel Illing Jr., or you could go and sign, I don't know, Jack Harrison, or, Crisesio Somerville, or Wilfred Nonto, players that we've mentioned in the video today. I'd happily take 20 million for Damari Gray, and if any Saudi, Arabian club wants to come in and sign Everton players for 20 million, well, I'll throw Michael Keane there. You can take, I don't know, Alex Iwobi for 25 million as well if you want. But if we can get, money for Damari Gray, a decent amount from the Saudi Arabian club in Al Hilal, then I'll be happy with that all day long. Now, it's also understanding as well that 3 clubs, I don't know who they are by the way, 3 clubs in the Premier League are also interested in Damari Gray. Now, you could either work it and go, well, I don't know, let's say it's Fulham for an example. I'm not saying it's definitely Fulham, but say it's Fulham as an example. Fulham want Damari Gray, Al Hilal want Damari Gray, so you go, okay, so Fulham, you can pay 30 million for Damari Gray just because he's English, or 25 million, 20 million, and make Al Hilal match that. Match it, because the Saudi Arabian club, the money that gets invested is crazy, and probably might pay more, and you're probably going to have a bit more for Damari Gray, and potentially see a bit of money for him, which is better than, was it the 1.5 million we paid for him originally anyway? But let me know your thoughts. Would you like to see Damari Gray depart to the club, and what's your thoughts been on Damari Gray's run at Everton Football Club so far? And this is now the last bit of news and rumours to come, which is a potential incoming rumour to Everton. So this next one now is a potential incoming, and it's a really good one in my opinion. And it's that Everton have emerged as the latest contenders in the pursuit of Kelechi Iheanacho from Leicester City. Now I really need to work on the pronouncing of his name. Kelechi Iheanacho. I'm butchering his name already. Let's move on and just continue with what we're saying. But the fact of the matter is, he scored 8 goals and 5 assists in all competitions. I know Leicester have been poor, and Kelechi Iheanacho, or whatever you pronounce his name, has been a vital part for Leicester. He's been a strong part of Leicester this season, and he's been a striker that, you know, could do well at Everton Football Club should we wish to sign him. But, you know, he's a good player, you know, can register goals and stuff like that. Former Man City international, what am I on about? Cut that bit out. A former Man City player, and yeah, for me, spells a no-brainer. Would you see Kelechi Iheanacho come to Everton Football Club? Let me know in the comments section down below. Now that is the end of the news and rumours video. There's been a lot of news and rumours to report on since I have been away, but we are back now with hopefully fresh weekly content coming your way. I just want to say a massive thank you for the support on the last one. It has honestly been amazing, and hopefully we can continue doing this going forward. But if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe and tap that bell for more notifications as and when to upload. And I shall see you guys on the next video.